Hello YouTube. You just ever have one of those weeks where you just didn't feel like getting out in the garden and doing anything because it's so dadgum hot? Well, that's what happened this last week. We're going to take you through the garden. We're still using the drip irrigation system. You see some of the hoses down here. Everything's set on a timer. It's all automatic. Of course, we just got some more rain here this last week. And now it's hot and humid, so I guess summer has finally hit here in East Texas. We're going to run you through here and show you what we're going to have to deal with. And it's not just in this garden, it's in this garden. It's in the rain gutter grow system garden, which we'll get to in another video. And it's starting to affect some of the other plants we've got up by the house. So let's get into it. First of all, this squash here, way too big. Well, if you like your squash big like that, but the seeds get all chewy, so got a couple more in here that are, we might be able to save them. Pretty sure that that's not a savable one. I can get a little fungus on some of them. We're going to have to take care of that. Just milk out here and take care of some of that. Once they get like that, that's beyond, don't really taste that well, or that good. Again, once you start getting the bumps on it. Right next to them, I'm not sure if the water got them or what, but that's the potatoes, the new potatoes. So we're going to have to start digging them up probably tomorrow or next day. Some more squash in there. It's extremely too big. Knock on wood, I've only seen one set of squash bugs this year, and hopefully I got all of them. The onions, same thing. We finally stopped fighting the weeds, let them go. Let's see if we can find one in here. I'm not sure. These red onions, that's about the biggest we've got so far. They're just not bulbing out like I thought they would. Now these white onions, or noonday onions, there's a couple of good ones down in there. Hey, some of them's got some size on them. We're pretty happy with those. I just need to get out here and pick them and start them drying out. So the sun it's about 5 o'clock, so I don't want to shoot straight into the sun. It blinds everybody, but going down the pepper row, quite pleased with the peppers. They finally started coming on and doing their pepper thing. We got down here bell peppers, starting to get blooms everywhere. I think it's, in my opinion, it's most definitely got hot enough for them to start doing something. Yeah, we're gonna have to get out here and start putting some neem oil or something. We got jalapenos. Got two different kinds of jalapenos this year, both of them from A&M. I think one set's hot, one set's not as hot. They're all up in there hiding. This is the other set, and as you can tell, they're a little bit different. They're a lot bigger than the others, and they're producing real well. Plants are barely a foot tall right now, and they're coming on with it. Got cayenne, and we picked some of it and tried it. And there is a squash bug. Yeah, most time to get the 7 dust out. And I'm not sure what happened with the Hungarian peppers, but we got some Hungarian peppers this year. Charred them last year, and Lord, these things have taken off. There's blooms everywhere. If it rains, we have to pick the day after. No ifs, ands, or buts. First 4 plants are Roma Tomatoes. It's somewhere down in there. May have to shoot it from the other side. Not sure if you can see that or not, but they're starting to turn red finally. I need to get in there and cut some of that brush out. Some leaves are touching the ground, turning yellow. I was beginning to wonder about the tomatoes this year, because they're not red. I mean, but I didn't take any suckers off. I planted them and I let them go just to see. But there's tomatoes all up in there also. So we'll hope they're starting to turn. And this is what happens when you don't pick zucchini every single day. You get monster zucchini. We're gonna try a couple things. Someone said you might try frying it. That thing is, I've got a pretty good sized hand. And that is huge. That's a baseball bat size. Same thing. Guarantee the end of that is the size of a baseball bat. The end of the baseball bat that you hit the ball with. Got one over here, same thing. And like I said, we haven't picked them in about 2 or 3 days. Because neither one of us thought, I thought she did it and she thought I did it, and that's what you get. Another big monster. Gonna flip around here and check these while we're still in the shade where the sun's not gonna blind everything. Patty pan squash are coming along real well. Starting to get some of them squash. Another one of our favorites. Got blooms. So hopefully that's fixing to take off. And back out in the heat. This is a cucumber patch. That is 6 plants. But back to Eden. Cucumbers like it. Matter of fact, they're growing up into the tomatoes. See the little yellow blooms up in the tomato plant? That's actually cucumber. And we've been trying to catch these before they get too big. Well, I told my wife I'd be able to come out here and just pull some leaves apart. And you see a gazillion cucumbers, but there's some smaller ones. Now we came out and picked these, I think about 3 days ago. Ladybug. Always good to see them. We always welcome any ladybugs that want to come join the garden. But, so apparently, they're catching back up from our days ago picking. And somebody missed some. Too big, getting yellow. Can't use them for anything. Here we're in our arches. And you can see purple hull peas coming on with it. Now, these were planted about a month after this next set we're getting to. But they're climbing and they're starting to bloom. And I saw somewhere, here we go. They're starting to get some little bitty peas. Some extremely little bitty peas. Hey, peas are peas at this point. And maybe I'll find something this year to keep the dadgum deer out. Or maybe talk with the game warden and decide if we're going to have peas or deer meat, or maybe both. These are the rattlesnake peas. Not real impressed with those, but they do have blooms, so maybe this is just taking them a little bit to take off. They didn't come out like gangbusters like I thought they would, but well, we got some peas on there. Well, we turn around and the butter beans, they have joined sides. They grow up and over, and I think halfway back down now. And there are blooms everywhere. So if you live close to us, y'all might be getting some butter beans this year. Slowly but surely we're putting the wood chips down in here in the middle, breaking it out to the side. Further on down where there's not many peas, those are green beans. And they've been planted about a week and a half, I believe, maybe 2 weeks. Starting to come up again with drip irrigation down both sides. I will say this, it's nice working right in here, and I'm hoping we'll be able to pick the peas from in here. It's nice and shaded. Not cool, but it's at least shaded. Or hopefully we'll just be able to reach up and across to the side and won't have to bend over that much. That's what's going on in the Back to Eden garden. We're still enjoying it. The weeds are starting to come back through. You can see some right through there. Right down through here. I don't think we put paper down. Matter of fact, let's see. Now see, we never put paper down there. We just came straight in and put compost and wood chips. So that's going to have some bearing on it. But this row here, on the left side and the right side of the peppers, It didn't have any paper. We just put more wood chips on it. What was it? This is in the last video, so 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. And there's no weeds coming up. There are here, some in there. Right there. There's always going to be a couple of them stubborn ones, but it sure is nice just to go dump some more wood chips on it. So until next time, thank y'all for watching. If you have any comments or questions, place them below. I'm going to update you hopefully a little bit sooner next time. If it rains like it says it's going to, we'll have to, because everything will be twice this size once it rains. Thank y'all for watching. Until next time. Hello YouTube. Well, we've got everything picked. Show you what it all turned out to be. First of all, we've got our normal size squash here without all the lumps and stuff. Then we've got a patty pan squash here. Just one of those so far. Hungarian wax peppers doing real well. Got jalapenos here, and these are the hot ones. And hopefully the camera is picking that up. You can see a bunch of striations in it. When it starts getting what I call the heat stripes to it, or the skin starts splitting, that pepper's ready to be picked at that point in time. It'll start turning almost black. That's a fairly hot pepper there. Got our cucumbers here. Got 2 yellow ones here. They were left out there too long. I'm told also you can't do anything with that, but then earlier this week someone said that they make some kind of cucumber bread or something, and these are perfect for that. So I don't know, we're still investigating that. What we're trying to do is get them about this size. But unless you go out there every day and lift every one of those vines up and get to it, you're going to end up with some cucumbers this size. Here we have our Roma Tomatoes. As I said, they finally started getting ripe. Got the pick rights back here. Again, because of the water and the way it came in, we got, I believe it was 4.5 inches today. All the tomatoes will start getting picked. Especially after the 4.5 inch rain we had today. They're not splitting bad, but they're starting to. They're starting to try it. Just a little example of what happens if you think your wife has picked the garden and your wife thinks that you have picked the garden. And then you find out neither one of you has picked the garden in about 3 days, and it's rained a lot. The zucchini started out on the right side. I think the longest one there would be the second one. It's probably about 15 inches. That's a monster zucchini. These are big squash. Now, again, with the squash, we have used one of them that was pretty good size. The squash itself tasted fine. You just needed to get the seeds out of it. Alright, here's another view. Again, I guess everything just depends on your perspective of the matter. This, to me, is a pretty good sized squash. But this is not near the size of this one. It looks like a bowling pin almost. I believe, actually, that one of these was one of the zucchini I was messing with in the last video. This is what I'm told we need to have. This is way too big, I'm told. And this one is even bigger. Not quite as long, but again though, we're enjoying the harvest that we're getting. Just waiting on the tomatoes. They're starting to get ripe now and starting to come in. Peas seem to be coming along pretty good, especially with all the rain. If we can just keep them from floating out of the garden, we'll be okay. We're going to try to throw a video out there. I came across some pictures that we took as we were building the Back to Eden garden. So hopefully it'll explain a little bit. We'll go through the pictures and explain what was going on at the time, what our thought processes were, or if we had any thought process going on at the time. Sometimes you just got to wing it. You got to use what you got. Thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe. If you got any questions or comments, place them in the box below. Until next time.